Trying to save money is the hardest thing for some people. And if you try to search for the best way to do that, you could drown in the number of videos and articles about methods to save money. So how about a different perspective? In this video, we're going to discuss 5 smart budgeting and financial tips from countries that are known for saving much more than the US so that you can apply these methods to your finances too. Looking at those cultural differences could help Americans save more money, so stay tuned as we walk through them. Welcome back to PST Finance. We'll start with a money-saving method from China. It might not surprise you that Chinese people save more than Americans, but it could be surprising that Chinese people save almost 10 times more than Americans. This is due to several cultural values and practices that resulted in a focus on saving rather than consumption in China. For instance, the importance of money and savings in Chinese culture is shown in traditions like giving lucky money during the Chinese New Year. A common greeting during the holiday is Gong Xi Fa Cai, which means wish you enlarge your wealth. So Chinese people use a special budgeting system in order to save money, and it's called zero-based budgeting. This budgeting method encourages you to spend your entire monthly income. Still, you need to give every last cent a purpose, with a main focus on prioritizing important financial goals, leading to long-term savings. This works because when you prioritize important goals, such as paying off debts, a psychological aspect is added to the process of saving money, since paying off your important payments first will take off the heavy burdens of debts and bills, and will make it easier for you to save money after only spending money on your necessities. These necessities include things like rent, bills, and loan payments, and then the rest of the money is put into savings plans like a retirement plan or emergency funds, so you'd have zero income by the end of the month. Zero-based budgeting is useful because it helps you be aware of how much money flows in and out of your accounts. This can prevent you from spending too much using credit, which makes this budgeting method especially useful if you're new to managing your finances or have a lot of credit card debt. However, before you start considering zero-based budgeting, you need to understand its drawbacks. For starters, following this method can take up much of your time, as you'll need to closely and consistently monitor your spending to hold yourself accountable for every expense. Additionally, this method becomes impossible if you're a freelancer with unpredictable income each month. Even hourly workers with fluctuating schedules can encounter this disadvantage. The second money-saving method is popular in a lot of African, Middle Eastern, and South Asian as well as some Latin American countries, and it has a different name in each of those countries, but we'll call it money circles. This method originated in Africa, and it's actually a centuries-old concept. It involves individuals, usually family or friends, who each contribute to a common fund on a regular basis. Each member receives a payout equal to the whole fund at each interval. For example, a group of 10 members all agree on the amount, let's say $1,000. Then each member in the group contributes $100 to the pool of funds every month, and one member gets the full $1,000 each time. The order of payouts is agreed upon between the members before the pooling starts, but they can change the order in case a member has an urgent need for the money, and by the 10th month, all participants will have received $1,000. This method can help you save by forcing you to make the payment needed each month, and you'll get the full amount back in turn. If you're really bad at saving money, then you can ask to receive the money as the last person in the circle, which extends the time you commit to saving and then paying the money each month. On the other hand, if you need money quickly for a big loan payment, to start a business, or for any other reason, you can ask to receive the full payment first. This method is popular in so many countries because it carries no extra fees or interest, and you don't need application forms or credit checks since most money circles are done between friends, family members, and colleagues. In addition to that, money circles can help people struggling with debt-built credit. For example, companies such as the nonprofit organization Mission Asset Fund help participants start lending circles and build their credit scores because the payments are reported to credit bureaus. According to Jose Quinones, Mission Asset Fund's founder and CEO, there are no specific requirements to participate in a lending circle except showing that you have a source of income and a manageable amount of debt. However, money circles also have their drawbacks, and you should be aware of them before deciding to call up your family and friends to start your own. For starters, money circles don't account for the time value of money, as they don't generate interest, so the $1,000 you pay might be more valuable than the $1,000 you receive in the money circle. Additionally, they can be risky. In fact, they depend solely on how much you trust the people you enter a money circle with, since most informal money circles aren't protected by financial authorities. So make sure you trust other members to make their contributions on time. The third money-saving method we'll talk about is from Japan, and it's called Kakeibo. Kakeibo means household financial ledger in English, and it's a budgeting method that was invented in 1904 by Japan's first female journalist, Hani Motoko. Originally, Hani saw it as a tool for women to gain financial independence and stability, but now it's widely used all over the world by both individuals and families. Like all budgeting methods, Kakeibo is supposed to help you understand your relationship with money by keeping a ledger of all your cash inflows and outflows. However, what sets it apart from other budgeting methods is that it doesn't involve using any budgeting software, apps, or Excel sheets. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of physically writing things down as a meditative way to process and monitor your spending habits. In order to use Kakeibo, you write down your income and fixed expenses at the start of each month to determine the remaining amount available for discretionary spending. This amount is then divided into 4 categories: survival, such as food and transport; optional, such as eating out or hobbies; culture, such as books, music, or movies; and extra, which is all the unexpected costs. The point is, before making a purchase, ask yourself, is it necessary? Can it wait? Can I live without it? These questions prompt a more conscious relationship with money, discouraging impulsive spending. The goal is to save at least 30% of the available amount after fixed expenses. You must also record your spending daily, and at the end of the month, users reflect on their spending behavior and plan for the next month. Kakeibo has a lot of advantages, since it's a straightforward method and all you need for it is a notebook and a pen. It's also customizable like the zero-based budgeting method and allows you to spend and save your money based on your prioritized needs. Additionally, writing down things every day can help increase your awareness about your spending, which creates a mindful attitude that can make a significant difference when it comes to your finances. This mindful approach also promotes a healthier and less stressful relationship with money, reducing financial anxiety. Despite this, Kakeibo also has its cons that you should be aware of before deciding to follow this method. For starters, it requires a lot of manual work since it involves writing down even the tiniest expense every single day, so it might not be a good method for you if you don't enjoy writing or journaling. Also, you might find it hard to hold yourself accountable for every cent you spend, and a constant monitoring of your spending habits can be time-intensive. The fourth money-saving method comes from Germany, where cash is more popular to use cash for payments rather than cards. According to a study published in 2022 by Germany's central bank, Germans pay for nearly 60% of their purchases, both goods and services, using cash. This is due to a variety of reasons, including a fear of credit debt, an obsession with privacy, and mistrust of big tech and fintech in general, especially among Germany's older population. While this might sound strange to us, it could be used to save money. In fact, Germans save almost 2 times more money than Americans do. But how does spending only cash help save money? It's possibly a psychological thing. Multiple studies have found that people are more willing to spend when paying with credit cards than with cash. That includes research by MIT, the American Psychological Association, and Dun & Bradstreet. This is because people find it harder to part with cold, hard cash and become more aware of the money they're spending when they pay with cash, rather than with a credit card. Being more aware of your spending can help you save money, which is the main benefit of cash-only budgeting. In addition to that, it also simplifies your budgeting process. However, it also has some serious disadvantages that mustn't be ignored. For starters, when you only use cash to make your purchases, you lose out on the benefits that come from using credit cards, such as the rewards that can earn you 1% or 2% of your money back, or the discounts some stores offer when you pay using a credit card. Cash-only budgeting can also be very risky since you'd have to carry cash around all the time, and you can't get that cash back if your wallet gets lost or stolen. Therefore, you'd have to make frequent visits to an ATM to withdraw cash, and this can be tiresome. Finally, the last method we'll talk about comes from Scandinavia, specifically Sweden. It's called lagom, which loosely means not too little, not too much, but just enough. This Swedish philosophy frowns upon flashiness and extravagance and instead promotes balance in everything from the way we eat and shop through to the way we live. Lagom focuses on living exactly according to your needs, and you can apply its concepts to your finances to save money as well. A lagom approach for personal finances encourages you to plan before you do anything. For example, you're encouraged to plan your meals and pick out recipes ahead of time in order to save money on your grocery shopping and buy only what you need and account for in the plan. To put it simply, this encourages you to shop just enough, which will help you waste less food and get smaller food bills. Additionally, Lagoon could benefit your mental health since you won't have to stress and think about the rest of the week since everything is planned out at its start. Lagoon also encourages saving money by caring for what you have. For example, find ways to fix an old piece of furniture instead of throwing it away and buying a new one. The method also encourages you to set aside a just enough amount of money every month, according to a plan you could set at your own pace, which determines how much is just enough for you. Aside from all of this, the main benefit of applying this philosophy to your money is that it helps you practice mindfulness and gratitude, which increases your awareness about your money habits and helps you fix anything that's wrong with them. However, the Lagoon method has one disadvantage. Since it's all about balance, which differs from one person to another, it might take a lot of time to find a perfect balance between your income, expenses, and savings that you'd be comfortable with. So you'll need to plan everything extensively until you're satisfied. To conclude, we can say that there are a lot of methods to save extra money, and people can disagree on one being better than the other. However, it's generally agreed upon that you should plan your finances well, regardless of what method you use. In order to save money, you need to stick to a budget, set financial goals, prioritize important obligations, and even seek a professional's help if you need to. Well, that is everything for now. What do you think? Will you be implementing any of these money-saving methods? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't, please subscribe and leave a like for this video. Your support helps us continue our work. Thanks again for your support, and I will see you in the next one.